Let's get right to talking about pennies worth a ton of money. Now, some of these you're not going to necessarily come across in circulation too readily, but it is possible, as every year people come across some of these older pennies on this list and end up making a good amount of money. Let's start with the first one with the 1943D Lincoln Bronze Cent. These can be worth well over $1 million, and you heard that right, $1 million, but they're extremely rare. This example of a US 1-cent coin is considered one of the holy grails, so to speak, of collecting pennies. The 1943D Lincoln Bronze Penny never really circulated since it was produced by mistake and is considered an error coin. During this time, the US was transitioning from bronze alloyed pennies to zinc-plated pennies. So what does that mean and why is it important? They essentially used the wrong material when making this penny. They believe that around 20 bronze 1943D pennies were released from both the San Francisco and Philadelphia mints. They even believe that the Denver mint allegedly only produced just one singular bronze 1943D penny, which makes it the rarest known 1-cent coin in the world. Now, the Denver example is a one-of-a-kind thing so far, unless another one comes to surface, and this penny shattered records when it sold for $1.7 million through Legend Numismatics. Another super valuable Lincoln cent is the 1958 Lincoln cent with a double die obverse. Double dies are really cool anyway and a great error coin to look for on multiple Lincoln cents across the whole series. Combined with a low mintage, this 1958 Lincoln cent was already one that was kind of a penny worth money, so to speak, as people list them, even though they're all worth 1 cent, but worth more than face value. And its desirability went way up when it was discovered that there was a double die on the obverse or front of the coin. Now, depending on how dramatic this double die is, you could be sitting on really, really good money, as in March 2018, the auction for this coin, or a version of this coin, set a new record at $336,000. Another rare Lincoln cent is the steel cent from 1944. The 1944S Lincoln Steel Cent is one that many people like to look for. This one is going to be really rare as it was supposed to be minted using the original bronze alloy, which consisted of 95% copper, 5% tin. Yet 2 zinc-plated steel planchets were used in the San Francisco mint before anybody caught the quote mistake. Many people believe this was done purposely, and only a handful of these were produced, making them super scarce and also really, really valuable. A really high-grade MS-66 graded by NGC sold quite a while back in the early 2000s for $373,000, making it one of the most expensive coins ever struck to date. A similar year, the 1943S Lincoln cent is one to look for, however it's a specific one being struck on bronze. The 1943S Lincoln cent is one of those error coins that's struck on a bronze planchet instead of a zinc-plated steel planchet. If you want to know about planchets and you want to bore yourself for a few minutes, I do have a video that I'll link over onto my channel, and it talks about the creation of coins. But let's get back to this one. This one's extremely rare. There's only 6 known examples of this coin, and although it is a similar error coin as many others, they are believed to have made it into circulation through regular distribution, and this is something that's rare comparatively to ones we've already talked about in this list. The higher the grade on these, of course, the more money they command, and a 1943S Lincoln penny of this nature sold through heritage auctions in 2016 for a whopping $282,000. Another rare Lincoln cent is the 1943 Lincoln cent, which was also struck on bronze alloy. These can sell for close to $200,000, since it was supposed to be minted on a zinc-plated steel planchet. They believe it was employee error, or workers at the mint simply wanting to make the error on purpose, but a handful of these 1943 struck on bronze alloy pennies made it out into circulation. There's both circulated and uncirculated versions of this error coin, and some of them still contain a reddish copper color to them, which makes them extremely desirable to any numismatist and more valuable comparatively to these other ones. Back in 2015, one of them sold in an uncirculated form for over $164,000. Another great Lincoln cent to look for is one many know about, which is the 1909 VDB matte-proof Lincoln cent. Although that's kind of a mouthful, these can sell for $250,000 or more, and this is a really interesting and valuable penny, since the production of this coin was halted, and one element of the coin was removed before it continued being produced. The 1909 VDB matte-proof Lincoln penny was the first time any president adorned U.S. coinage in general, with Abraham Lincoln's portrait being used on the obverse, of course, and has been used ever since on the penny. The Philadelphia Mint struck only 1,194 of the proof coins and stored the pennies away for a century. Decades later, the 1909 VDB pennies would gain a brilliant rainbow coloring, and it would vary from red and brown tones across the whole coin. These can be worth a ton of money. These are really unique and attractive pennies. They have low mintage, and they're just really rare. In the mid-2010s, one example in uncirculated condition sold through heritage auctions for $258,000. The 1914 D Lincoln cent is another really good one. It's from the early years of the Lincoln cent series. It's a wheatback coin, and they're really, really neat. These can sell for tons of money, and this is a good one because it's not an error coin. There's not many of them in high grades. So this is one of those that, although it is old, a 1914 D Lincoln cent, if you come across this wheat penny in your pocket change and it's in decent condition, you could be sitting on gold mine. Back in 2017, late 2017, it was sold through heritage auctions, a version of this coin, for $152,000. What set it apart? It was simply in really good condition. Another valuable one is a 1926 S Lincoln cent. These can sell for a similar amount of money as the previously mentioned 1914 coins, and it's great because 1926 S Lincoln cents are something that you as collectors can actually get your hands on in good condition comparatively to other coins on this list and throughout the Lincoln cent wheatback series. Finding uncirculated ones would be really, really hard and have to be bought from fellow collectors and coin shops, but the 1926 pennies had really low mintage, and in good grades or high condition, they can be worth really, really good money. One of these sold back in 2006 for $149,000 at auction. Another one that many of you know about is the 1909 S VDB Lincoln cent. And similar to the one that we talked about from the same year that's a matte proof, this coin is also really, really valuable, and it is the first 1 cent series to replace the Indian head penny with a portrait of President Abraham Lincoln. Now, the VDB on this coin was ordered to be removed as they felt like Victor Brenner, the designer, was using his initials to gain popularity across the nation and use it as a way to kind of market himself for more jobs in the future, so to speak. So they removed the initials off the coin going forward, and really high-grade examples of the 1909 SVDB Lincoln cent can sell for really, really good money. For example, in 2020, a really superb example of this coin sold for over $115,000. Last on our list, we go back to an error coin with a 1969 S Lincoln cent. These are known to have double die obverses similar to the one from 58 and 55 as we've mentioned, and these can be worth really, really good money. These include doubling of the obverses lettering and date, so any lettering on the front of the coin and the actual date of 1969, a collector can see really good doubling on these, and the more intense the doubling, the more valuable this coin can be. For example, one of them sold in 2018 for $124,000 at auction, making it one of the most valuable coins of this type to be sold. So as you can see, there's a lot of different pennies out there that you can get that are worth really good money. Of course, with wheat cents, they're getting a little more rare to see in your circulated change. However, if you go to your bank, you get rolls of pennies from them and go through them, which is called coin roll hunting. You can usually come up with quite a few. There's many other coins that aren't pennies that are worth really good money that are definitely in circulation. So check out my other videos that talk about coins you can find in your pocket change. So let me know what you think about these coins, and let me know what you've come across in your coin and bill searches, your comic book searches, your collectible searches. I love to hear about that stuff. So hit subscribe and comment in the comments so I can see what you've come across. I'll see you in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.